Delettre doesn't exactly know what to do here, and now you've got a scenario for the first time in a long while where all of the riders are racing for their own interests, no teammate to assist, as well, Chota drops back into the clutches of the chasers. Fractured group here, but perhaps a bit of an opportunity here for Sylvain Moniquet just to float off the front. Who's going to fix it? Delettre is the first one to blink, and he's going to try and ride Costiu across, but I think Costiu as well was also tempted maybe to see what he could do about closing that gap. But it's the Belgian Sylvain Moniquet with a narrow advantage inside 2 kilometres. Still a long way to go to the top of this climb, but he's showing a lot of strength here, and they're starting to hesitate, and that's a dangerous game just 1,700 metres from the line.
Yeah, I've got that feeling that Costiu and Prudhomme are looking at each other. They look pretty strong and equal, and Moniquet took that advantage there, and maybe wasn't the strongest at the end, but I would think that the pressure has to be on Prudhomme. Prudhomme can't let this go. They've been riding on the front all day. You want to get something back in return. He is doing what they did yesterday, and just wanting others to do all the work. And you know, Delettre goes with Costiu, and you know, Prudhomme finds himself, you know, a distance ever so slightly now. But Costiu looks good here, but I think they're just looking and marking each other out here.
Yeah, but have they marked themselves out of the stage? That's the question. The gap is up to 15 seconds, 10 seconds bonus on the line. And remember, Sylvain Moniquet started the day just 23 seconds down. Costiu is the one who potentially could be riding himself out of the yellow jersey. He's in a virtually strong position for that yellow jersey. Meanwhile, the chasers behind continue to fight, but Chota won't aid them. And you wonder how Paul Lepere is feeling about that as well, because he's got a teammate ahead, albeit a teammate who's not quite on the front of the race. Is that gap still 15 seconds? If anything, it could be going out. And this is an unexpectedly strong performance here by Sylvain Moniquet. Found himself, well, I won't say dropped, but certainly several seconds behind, and struggling to close gaps a little bit earlier on in this final of this beautiful second stage. It's been all action, hasn't it? Really entertaining parkour, and a beautiful stage presented to us here in the Tour de Limousin, as these riders now are, well, these are certainly in a rear guard action. They are effectively Group 3 on the road.
I think we better get back up to the front here.
Yeah, really, we don't need to see these guys, yeah.
But you see the group in front across the road there. It looks as if Moniquet's got this one. Prudhomme, don't know what he's playing at here, because Decathlon, all that work that they've done, and surely they wanted to win the stage at least, and you know, have that leader's jersey. But I think they'll be they'll close them down in the end. But you know, just opportunist move. But you can see them all looking at each other in front here. So Moniquet, in my book, has got this one. Made a mistake yesterday in kind of holding back, but not today. He took his opportunity and looks as if he's set for victory.
Make the left turn. This is uncharted territory now, but we're inside the final 500 metres. Similar gradient, doesn't really ramp up to any much greater extent for Sylvain Moniquet, who has a little anxious look across to the left-hand side to see where they're coming from. And I think you're okay at this point, Sylvain, because these riders are not going to get back on. And Sylvain Moniquet of Belgium and Team Cofidis is on his way to a famous success. It does ramp up a little bit inside that final couple of 100 metres. He grinds his way up and over, and that gradient starts to ease, and the 27-year-old from Namur can now start to take on board what he's achieved. And this, by my calculations, is going to be potentially a first ever career success. Well, coming on the back of Gachenard's maiden victory yesterday, we're going to have something similar today, because it's victory for Sylvain Moniquet of Team Cofidis on day 2 of the beautifully and executed Tour de Limousin today, as they come over 6s and 7s behind. And has Costiu done enough to potentially take on board that yellow jersey? It's a shake of the heads for the Decathlon AG Tour Le Mondial squad. Haven't really achieved as they'd set out to do at the beginning of the day, but the Cofidis squad are celebrating. They've got the win for Sylvain Moniquet today. Former 5th place overall finisher in the Tour of Hungary. He's been top 4 in stages of Giro D'Italia and other events in the past, but now a winner in the Tour de Limousin.
Yeah, you're right. Moniquet taking his first ever professional victory here, and on the back of Gachenard yesterday. So well done, Moniquet. Yeah, I think he made a mistake yesterday. He didn't make a mistake today, but Moniquet, the Belgian rider for Cofidis, taking his first ever victory. Are we going to see a smile? He's just content and trying to recover for tomorrow. But it does look as if Costio will take the yellow jersey. No timing on the finish. Delettre taking second, of course, so you know he's going to move up. So it's still very close, but yeah, a nice finish to this race, especially for Cofidis.
Yeah, Delettre starting the day at 16 seconds will gain the 6 bonus seconds, so that could be significant, but it's not going to be enough to carry him as to Ewan Costiu. So Costiu looking as if he had enough in hand, although, as Brian has said, we didn't have the stopwatch on them at the finish line there.
Well, Delettre started at 16 seconds and Costiu at 4 seconds, so that would be 12 seconds, taking 6 seconds